WTF is this? Be me, in dream. I'm in something like classical theater backstage. Round room covered with red curtains from all sides. Top is decorated with dome of constellations and statues with Greek theater masks. Single opening in curtains to black corridor, stage with blinding light beyond. I'm waiting backstage with a mass, like some big audition. Demon silhouette walking left and right in corridor. People enter light one by one, then ovation signals next to go. I'm developing stage fright, my time is arriving. Some waiting boast and talk down to others. Demon comes out, rips their head off and pulls body back into darkness. Most people don't mind. Some like me freak out. I have to get out ASAP, start looking. Some are hunkered down crying. Try to reassure them. Mostly works but clock is ticking. Ovation signals end of performance. Clapping stops, I know it's my turn, but I'm too afraid. Demon steps out from behind the curtain. Partially fused Siamese faces. Resembling happy and sad theater masks. Slowly waving horns, fit upper body, starved lower body, feline canine legs, maybe tail. It's your turn. I don't want to go in, I want to leave. Grabs my neck with one hand, hair with other. Who got a gift from HERBADOS must perform, rips off my head. Wake up in cold sweat and thirsty AF. Get a glass of water, back to sleep. Dream replays 2 more times, wake, water, sleep. Finally I recall the outcome. Decide to give no shit and try to escape. Demon starts chasing after me. I toss the scared people to the demon to hold it back. Rips them in half. I become faster. Finally see a door. Open it, step out to a normal empty street in the afternoon. Chest starts to sting. Collapse right in the doorway. Demon walks out to me and flops me on my back. Instead of fleeing, you should have helped others and gone in when it was your time. Nobody escapes. Everybody has to perform. I slowly die. I didn't want to go back to sleep. Can you guys make any sense of this? Don't replicate this, as this was not thought out very well at all, but I basically pulled some fear and loathing shit with 300 milligrams of pure base DXM. I've done 300 milligrams before when my tolerance was up, since it's given me some pro-social benefits. I'm socially inept. I hadn't done DXM in at least 6 months before doing this a couple nights ago. Be me. Get invited to friend's graduation birthday party. 2 buddies of mine and a few people I don't know will be there, women included. Figure fuck it, I have some R30s lying around, haven't done them in a while. Take 300 milligrams as a light pro-social dose, as I have several times before, and even with tea breaks, I've done more than that and felt sober enough to string together sentences. Airbnb she rented in the middle of the city is a 50-min drive away. Perfect amount of time. IPS. Pop 300 milligrams right before I leave my apartment, hadn't eaten in over 5 hours like a dumbus. 30 mins into the drive, on the interstate, it hits like a freight train. Fuck.avi. Don't want to go home, because I already told everyone I was on my way, and a bunch of her friends cancelled, so felt bad. Feels like I'm playing one of those racing arcade games at Dave & Buster's. Take exit and start city driving. Should be freaking out, but DXM is weird, and feel relatively relaxed throughout the whole ordeal. Have to find a public parking lot and pay for a ticket in the city, all while on too much DXM. Takes what feels like 6 lifetimes to do both those things. 5 minutes have passed. Wander the streets for what feels like an eternity trying to find this place. 15 degrees outside, but feels more like 40. Finally call friends and have them wait for me outside instead of wandering like a retard and possibly getting mugged. It's 10:30 p.m. and there's shady characters walking around. Somehow didn't wander too far and spot them outside. Hey fellas. We walk inside and upstairs into the room. It's her, one of her friends I knew from HS, my 2 buddies, and a guy I've never met. Hello X, this is my first time posting here, but recently I had a dream that was more than a little strange and easy as could be to remember. It was short, but very damn weird. I'll tell it in green text. Be me. Be sleeping on the couch. Have dream about me and a friend I haven't met in a while hanging out. Weird woman comes up to my friend while I'm not looking. She is butt naked and hard to look at. Something off. Her and my friend talk. Ask friend who she is. Friend says she needs $1 for something. She starts acting weird while I'm going to get $1 from my room. Begins screaming. Starts crawling around me and my friend. Screams and tries to attack us. Friend tells me to make a cross. Make a cross with my fingers. My dumbness leaves my friend to keep her stunned by whatever the cross is doing. Go in room to get dollar. Get a dollar as well as a sharp object. Mom asks me what is going on. Tell her me and my friend are exercising or something. She doesn't believe me and goes outside my room to look. Crazy demon possessed woman or whatever fucking gallops past her into the kitchen and my friend yells something. Grab mom and pull her back into room. Dream goes black and I wake up. I was shook up because I never have nightmares that are like that. I don't know what was going in that dream since I had absolutely no power except for when I raised my fingers into a cross, so I decided to share this here since one of the schizos here has to know something about dreams like these. I'm gonna try to keep this short because I'm on mobile, but please someone read this shit, it actually happened and is not a LARP. Be me about 15 years ago. 14 years old. Went on family vacation to Mackinac Island every summer and stayed in the Grand Hotel. Real old school hotel and the whole island is as well, cool place, read about it if you've never heard of it. Going to sleep on a cot in our hotel room, didn't have enough beds and I didn't want to sleep with my mom or dad. Wake up in the middle of the night, almost pitch black. Think I see something kind of crawling across the ceiling. Close my eyes tight, don't really believe in the paranormal, figure it's my eyes playing tricks. Open my eyes. See a pale white face rising over the horizon of my cot. Sit up really fast and look around panicked. Figure it's just a sleep paralysis hallucination. Go back to sleep. Wake up next day. Sister says when I sat up it woke her up, and she swears she saw the outline of a pale-faced man sitting in a chair right by my cot. Talking to each other about this in the elevator on our way down to breakfast, and two 20-something guys overhear us and look freaked out. They're staying in the room next to ours and found a picture in a drawer of a pale-skinned man that they were taking to the front desk to see if a previous visitor had left. They show us, and both me and my sister think it looks exactly like the thing we thought we dreamt of the night before. Unfortunately, there is no follow-up here. Nothing else happened, and we returned many more summers without incident. This could have easily been coincidence or whatever, but at the time it was very unsettling and I couldn't wait to go home. Pic rel, this is the hallway outside the rooms we were in. I was writing in the Tulpa thread, but I could not finish my post before it died. I have just learned about this Tulpa concept and it reminds me of a few experiences I have been having over the past 3 years now. I do not wish to reveal the identity this story centers around, as I find it too embarrassing, but I will give some background info and share one story for now. If this post gets any attention, I might be open to sharing more. I will say that she is a real person. Be me. Coronavirus hits world. Decide to bunker down in some remote part of the world. Place goes under lockdown for a long time. Be lonely, become incredibly lovesick. This builds into an obsession over one person. It first starts as purely visual appeasement. But slowly and gradually I take small steps towards learning more about this person. Become perplexed by them, further deepening my appreciation. Be also reading a lot of books and meditating, praying. Notice a strange occurrence in some of the works I read where people conjure up apparitions from the past, converse with philosophers or people who died thousands of years ago. They seemingly only did this with the power of a united conscious-subconscious idea, wherein they could gain knowledge they otherwise would never have access to. Become particularly intrigued by the Lady of Philosophy idea. I begin to see these ideas take root into my subconsciousness in the form of abstract symbolism, or whatever I get glimpses of when I pray, meditate. I was not aware of this while it was happening. It is until after the fact I became aware. In particular, I begin to notice a strange phenomenon happen wherein I can focus on an image that appears in these sessions and then let go of my focus, but instead of it disappearing it takes on a life of its own, trying to impart something to me. Be me. 13 years old. Live in creaky 50-year-old house in the swamps of Florida. 3 a.m. Saturday morning. Talking to friend that lives down the street on two-way radio. Go into kitchen to grab a Coca-Cola. I look out of my kitchen window, which gives a view of my garage window with the light on. Dad always makes sure to turn off lights all over property before he goes to bed. Why the fuck is the light on? JPEG. I look closer to see an African man clothed in all black with bright green eyes and gray beard standing in my garage. He looks up at me and smirks. I run as fast as my little legs will take me to my parents' room. Tell Dad, he springs out of bed. Dad goes into garage with shotgun. Man is gone. That house hasn't felt the same since. Be me. 15 or 16 years old. Living in a relatively new house in Potting, Tennessee. Sleeping in the living room on the couch cause why not? Living room has 2 giant bay windows overlooking the street. I awake to my cat hissing at something to the left of me. The moon is shining bright through the windows, illuminating something of human shape. Hello there. GIF. My cat stops hissing, but it's still looking over at this thing. I feel it looking at me, just fucking looking at me. I sit up. Hello? I say into the darkness. I begin to reach forward. Hello? Just as my hand is inches away from it, I get real sleepy. I gently lay down, and I fall asleep faster than I ever have before. Before anyone says it, no, it was not sleep paralysis. I could move just fine, plus my cat saw it too. The entity didn't feel bad. I usually have a pretty good feel for this kind of thing. In fact, it felt benevolent, kind. Later that same week I went through my closet which had been opening on its own every night. In it, I found my stepdad's dead brother's ashes. I wonder if it might have been him. Pick related, closest thing I can compare it to in shape, besides the mask of course, it was just a shadowy figure with no face. Heh. Be me. Playing video games. Cat walks by. It looks at me. Stands up on its hind legs. Says no one will believe you. Cat spontaneously combusts. I run out of room. See cat in room I just ran into. Look in other room. No evidence of spontaneous combustion. Cat purrs and rubs its head on my leg. I hate this fucking cat. Be me. Go to this old photo archive place. Look for pictures of early Bob Dylan. In comes this tall African guy. Like 18 years old or something. He's in there getting photos of Morris Chestnut, Shaquille O'Neal, Jim Carrey. He's an autograph hound, kind of guy who likes to get glossies of famous people to get them signed. 2 weeks later. See the same African guy. He's working as a doorman at my friend's building. Actually his girlfriend's apartment. Her building. Later, at work. See him again. Sitting in a van at the mall. This interconnection thing is definitely for real.